started the idea of having a drive-in worship today very early. And when we started, time was our friend. But it didn't get real until about 24 hours before this was supposed to happen. It's amazing how when we think we have a lot of time, we don't use our time wisely. And when time begins to run out, we begin to do things on the fly. But you see, God gives everybody the same amount of time in every day, in every week, in every month. And some people do good things with their time, and some people waste their time through procrastination and through worrying about what might be or what might not be. But that's the reason we want to ask this question today. What time is it? What time is it? Well, almost a month ago, God spoke to your pastor, and it was as if I literally heard his voice. And he said in so many words to my heart, he said, it's time to return to church. And what he said to me was confirmed by phone calls from 3 of our members of our congregation. Within a 12-hour period, these phone calls came. One within hours of my having heard God say this, and then 2 the very next day. And even today, I can still hear God's voice thundering in my heart. And that word that God said was, it's time. In the beginning, God divided the time. You remember that. Everybody has heard in the book of Genesis how God made day and night, and how he separated the night from day so that certain things could happen at night and certain things could happen during the daytime. He punctuated each week with a Sabbath day of rest. And some of us take advantage of that Sabbath day of rest, and some of us take advantage of every day as a Sabbath day of rest. Genesis 8:22 says this: while the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, winter and summer, and day and night. That's the way God laid that thing out. Do you see how he laid it in the beginning? God created and divided time. See, if we had to deal with our entire lives in one day or in one moment, we couldn't stand it. So God divided that stuff up in such a way that we have seed time and harvest, we have cold and heat, and then he broke it down and he said you have cold in the winter and you have heat in the summer. Even in places where there's only one season, you still have a slight variation. Cold and heat, and then day and night. And he says this division in time will not cease. As long as the earth remains, time will be divided up in this very special way. And I'm glad that God did it that way, because what God did was he told us how to operate in increments. He taught us how to do things in small pieces. If you wait to the last minute to do everything, you're going to leave some things out. But some of us are waiting to the last minute to give our life to Christ, to give our total commitment to him, and we don't know how much time we have. You see, we look at our watch and it looks like we got another hour, looks like we got another day, or it looks like we got another week. But when it comes to life, you don't know how much longer you have. We look at people who are sick and we say, well, they won't be around long. But there are many people who go home to be with the Lord, put them silver slippers on before they even get sick, before they even have an illness, before they ever show signs. We don't know how late it really and truly is. And that is the reason that we must redeem every hour of the day, every minute of the day, and we must make provision as if every day were our last. Every situation that you come into contact with, God saw it before you did. God saw it before you did, and because He loves you, and because He is omniscient, omnipotent, and He is El Shaddai, He is able to take care of your problem before your problem ever becomes a problem. Amen? We mistakenly declare that we don't have time for this or that. We'll tell our children, I ain't got time for that. We'll tell people, they will call and ask for our help, and we'll say, I wish I could, but I just don't have time. Well, you just don't know how short your time really is. But the mistake that we make is not the lie that we tell. It is the fact that we really and truly don't know how much time we do have. We have to know whether we're in the time of harvest or whether we're in the time of seed planting. Because if you know that you're in the time of seed planting, then you need to be sowing seeds. You don't need to be going out trying to harvest, because that's not the time for harvest.